Last summer, when I was doing my internship in Mongolia, I got a call from two classmates in Tanzania. They had a very urgent question: how to use their washing machine. Because all the labels were in Chinese, and Google kept translating a big button as spinning ghost mode.
Harvard's controversial choice, a CCP-linked speaker at 2025 commencement. Harvard University's decision to select Yurong Luana Jiang, a Chinese national with ties to the China Biodiversity Conservation and Green Development Foundation, CBCGDF, as a commencement speaker for its 2025 graduating class has sparked intense scrutiny. Jiang, whose father, Jinping Jiang, is a senior executive in the CBCGDF, a state-backed NGO established by China's State Council in 1985, delivered a speech titled Our Humanity, echoing Chinese Communist Party, CCP, leader Xi Jinping's diplomatic rhetoric of a community with a shared future for mankind.
There we were, an Indian and a Thai, calling me a Chinese in Mongolia to decipher a washer in Tanzania. And we all studied together here at Harvard. That moment reminds me of something I used to believe when I was a kid, that the world was becoming a small village. I remember being told we will be the first generation to end hunger and poverty for humankind. My program at Harvard is international development. It was built on this exact beautiful vision that humanity rises and falls as one.
This phrase, a hallmark of CCP propaganda, raises questions about Harvard's judgment in platforming a figure whose affiliations align closely with Beijing's agenda. Critics argue that choosing Jiang, whose family and professional ties serve as quasi-diplomatic extensions of the CCP, compromises the university's commitment to intellectual independence and risks amplifying state-driven narratives under the guise of diversity. The CBCGDF, while ostensibly focused on environmental conservation, operates under the CCP's oversight, functioning as a soft power tool to advance China's global influence. Jiang's selection was reportedly facilitated by Dr. Jinfeng Zhou, the foundation's vice chairman and a prominent figure in the CCP's academic and ideological circles, who also serves as co-director of the Ecological Civilization Research Center at Peking University's Institute of Xi Jinping Thought on Socialism with Chinese Characteristics for a New Era. Zhou's role in securing Jiang's admission to Harvard further fuels concerns about the university's vetting processes. How could an institution renowned for academic rigor overlook such blatant connections to a regime known for suppressing free speech and academic freedom? Harvard's failure to address these ties suggests either negligence or a troubling prioritization of globalist optics over principled scrutiny, casting a shadow over its selection criteria for such a prestigious platform. Jiang's speech, praised by some classmates for its call to recognize common humanity, conveniently sidestepped the CCP's well-documented human rights abuses and authoritarian grip on dissent. By allowing her to parrot Xi's rhetoric, Harvard not only handed a megaphone to a CCP-affiliated voice but also undermined its own mission to foster critical thinking and global understanding. The university's decision to elevate Jiang, whose father's NGO serves Beijing's diplomatic aims, raises a broader question. Is Harvard so eager to showcase international diversity that it's willing to platform individuals whose affiliations could erode the very values it claims to uphold?
When I met my 77 classmates from 32 different countries, The countries I knew only as colorful shapes on a map turned into real people with laughter, dreams, and the perseverance to survive the long winter in Cambridge. We danced through each other's traditions and carried the weight of each other's worlds. Global challenges suddenly felt personal. If there's a woman anywhere in the world who cannot afford a period pad, it makes me poor. If a girl who skips school out of fear of harassment that threatens my dignity, if a little boy dies in a war that he didn't start and never understood, part of me dies with him. But today, that promise of a connected world is giving way to division, fear, and conflict. We're starting to believe those who think differently, vote differently, or pray differently, whether they are across the ocean or sitting right next to us, are not just wrong. We mistakenly see them as evil. But it doesn't have to be this way. What I've gained most from Harvard isn't just calculus or regression analysis. It's to sit with discomfort. Listen deeply and stay soft in hard times. Because if we still believe in a shared future, let us not forget those who we label as enemies, they too are human. In seeing their humanity, we find our own. In the end, we do not rise by proving each other wrong. We rise by refusing to let one another go. So, class of 2025, when the world feels stuck in spinning ghost mode, just remember, as we leave this campus, we carry everyone we've met, across wealth and poverty, cities and villages, faith and doubt. They speak different languages and dream different dreams, and yet they've all become part of us. You may disagree with them, but hold on to them, as we are bound by something deeper than belief, our shared humanity. Congratulations, class of 2025.